Hi, thanks for tuning to another episode of Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Hey, thanks for checking me out. So, I thought I'd do another video, and this one's about the Mandela Effect, which I talk about a lot on my channel. Hopefully, I won't be having to talk about it so much anymore after this video. But anyway, so I look sleepy in this video. I'm not really sleepy. So, I saw Mandela Effect live happen yesterday. So I saw a post by another channel called Vector Recall, which is a pretty cool channel. And if you're into this, you can check it out. He does some interesting videos. Anyway, so he was saying they saw a Mandela Effect happen live, which I thought was pretty cool, weird. So when I saw that title, I thought I'd just look at something from the past as like an anchor point. What I mean to say is it's something like that I remember totally clearly, that I know that's the way it was, to make sure my reality is not screwed up or anything. Maybe you have some anchor points yourself. So I looked up this show that I used to watch when I was a kid called Tales of the Golden Monkey. Maybe you've seen it. It was just, they didn't have a lot of episodes. It was just this guy, was an aviator. They started making the show on television after Raiders of the Lost Ark was popular. So he's like a Raiders of the Lost Ark character with a little dog with an eye patch, and in the islands, and he had some exotic adventures. Anyway, it was called Tales of the Golden Monkey. So I looked it up. I was looking at Tales of the Golden Monkey, and I'm swiping through different pictures of Tales of the Golden Monkey. When I swiped through a lot of them, and I thought about making a meme about it, and I was like, it's not really, I can't really relate it to anything, but I just thought it was a cool look, that the guy had. And when I went and I looked away, basically, for a moment, I looked back, and it's Tales of the Gold Monkey now, not Tales of the Golden Monkey. So that, was a Mandela Effect that I witnessed right there, that just kind of morphed and changed. Now, I didn't see it like change like it was when I was I looked away for a moment and I went back. It's what I'm saying. Like when I was swiping through the photos of them, all of a sudden it's Tales of the Gold Monkey. And so I went through, and then I did another Google search. I looked all over the internet, and now it's always Tales of the Gold Monkey. So after watching this one happen live, and then having that thought right before I looked at it, that of seeing a Mandela Effect happen live, and then seeing one happen live. You see, so we have the cause of the thinking of the Mandela Effect changing, and then having one change, right? So this is a spiritual scientist channel. So I'm trying to be scientific about it. So I thought about it, and seemed to me that I really this is what I came up with as what's happening, right? So we have this layer of reality. We have this, we're in this reality. Now when the frequency, when the frequency gets higher, the vibrational frequency of our reality gets higher, it widens up our reality. It opens that up. And when there's an extra, this is how I feel like I'm trying to explain it. I haven't said this out loud. But when the frequency rises and we have a layer, then it's coming in, and then when it settles back, it has the change embedded in it. So we have that frequency. The frequency rises, then there's a shift happens within it, and when it lowers back down, it takes the shift. Now, I'm going to say a couple things real fast, and then I'll kind of go back and explain it. So within that shift frequency, those are happening now and always in the future. Now, if we look at it out as always affecting the past, it didn't. It only seems like that because it affected all of now. So, for instance, all historical documents being changed now looks like it happened in the past as well, but it didn't. It only happened now to the future because the past didn't change. It just seemed to have changed because that's how it is from now to the future. This is how I really believe what's going on. So the frequency rose, the insertion happened, and then it took it and it froze it. Now, it was the words Tales of the Gold Monkey, not Tales of the Golden Monkey. And then I started thinking about it. I said, why is it, for instance, like the words? Why? I was thinking about how that was a venerated, thing in my mind, how that was something that was important. Now, what I'm thinking is when we have that widened chain, we have that layer of reality that opens up. It intersects another level of reality. So it intersects into what I believe is Sheol, which is a layer of the, you could think of it as the dead or the undead or the spirits of the afterworld who are, I don't like to say the word hell, but they're in another layer of reality like spirits. So spirits are unformed beings. And I was thinking about why would these names change? To be part of the living again, they would change something so you can actually see it. So when we have like numbers, like when you see 1111 or you see these things, it's like the dead could be signaling us. It's like the dead want to come back into the land of the living, but when our realities are close, what they do is they throw themselves through and want to show a change. So what I'm saying is, from the other world, perspective, they could see, maybe our reality, and they see that layer, and the layer of our reality where the intersects with what we perceive is that layer perhaps of words, like in books, like for instance in things like Tales of Golden Monkey versus Gold Monkey. So they want to change from golden to gold and change it in our reality. And you're thinking, why? Why? So then from now on, when we look at it, when we look at Tales of the Gold Monkey, we're looking at them. So we're looking at the footprints of that of that discarnate soul. We're looking at them, so we're seeing traces of them on our reality. So it's like if you're spray painting, like you're a graffiti artist and you're in another world, and you're like, it's like in that movie with Matthew McConaughey. I talked about this before, when he goes into the black hole, and it'll come to me in a second, that movie. But he goes in the rocket, he goes into a black hole. Anyway, at the beginning, it was a book. The book kept shaking in the bookshelf, and it was sending out Morse code, right? This is different. This isn't, there's no code. The code is that the frequency is broadened, and they're showing that I'm in touch with their other world, and that they're coming through. So it seems to me that the bridge is the that widens it, that frequency change is our perception. So when we perceive the higher frequencies, when certain individuals have, like myself, when I have a higher frequency, when I talked about this before, a fifth dimensional mindset, when we have a higher dimensional mindset, a broadened mindset that intersects with other realities, which one is in the Bible called Sheol, which is in Revelations, the angel of that is a star that came down from heaven, has a key, the key to the abyss. And the key to the abyss is the frequency, and the frequencies, when those widen up, that opens up the level of Sheol that intersects into our reality and makes the Mandela effects happen. So, as we perceive the Mandela effects, I'm talking specifically about the Mandela effects of words changing. And I recant and say I don't believe that the people have changed. I think that there's different levels to the Mandela effect. So I'm specifically talking about, words and things of that nature, like logos. So why would they change a logo, like Ford logo, change a curlicue or something? So they're showing that, like, I believe that one of the spirits can go into that Ford logo, and that is how they can like freeze into our reality from their discarnate being. It could be that that's how they incarnate into our reality, and then they freeze in that respect. So when you're in another dimensional level where you're basically discarnate, you're dead, you don't have the ability to interact. And this is the reality they want to be in. This is a reality of the living. And when you can't get into a living body, so you get into, the mind, the deepest level of the mind is the level that reads and interacts with words. And that reality, that level, is how they're interfacing, and that being, the spirit, is interfacing there. And then when the reality, the frequency raises, there's an opening, they come in, the spirit would come in, and then when the frequency would lower again, it freezes into that spot. So that word is now changed. That Mandela effect is now changed. That it could be that historical whatever it is that we perceive as history. I believe that the reason that it seems to be is historical things are changing because those vibrational frequencies are, as we perceive them, older ones that we're not vibrating to at a higher perceptual level. So the changes of it being from, the 1980s of Tales of the Golden Monkey and Tales of the Gold Monkey now, those are older vibrational frequencies to us because we're not paying attention so much to them. We're not pinging them all the time. So those are older ones. And those names, once they switch, now it's that being has sandwiched itself into our frequency layer. And now they're like, it's like they're waving, hi, it's me. And they're waving like that for all eternity moving forward because they're trying to incarnate into our reality. That seems to be the way that it makes sense to me right now. Let me know what you think in the comments because I this works out biblically. This works out on many different levels, and it does work out scientifically if you think about it as well. But it does work out spiritually, and from a biblical standpoint, it definitely works out and makes the most sense. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this because it's pretty deep, and I don't like to freak people out that they're actually, when you're looking at a Mandela Effect now, you're seeing a footprint of a ghost, basically. You're seeing a ghost that impregnated itself into our reality and left a footprint. If not, that is it. So that what you perceive as Tales of the Gold Monkey now, that word gold, monkey, that whole section is that vibrational frequency was changed. So that to me seems like what I call as a tie down. So a tie down would be that vibrational frequency of that is an anchor for a vibrational being to be cemented into our reality where it wasn't cemented before. So we have all these layers of vibrational frequencies into our reality, and once it gets in there, it kind of anchors itself. And I believe that, like, if you wanted to think of it like a computer virus, like a computer virus would get in and it anchors itself into one area, and it would use our perception. Our perception is how it goes, and it uses our perceptions to get in and to change it. So it's doing that on purpose, is what I'm saying, like a computer virus, but it's getting in there to actually insinuate itself into our domain to anchor in more of its vibrational, frequencies itself. And it seems to me that what I'm saying is the end goal is to be like a creator, like you're creating. Once you have enough anchors into this, then you could vibrate those anchors to do a higher vibrational frequency that might be where we're getting animal changes and things like that, because those anchors can combine, and then that would vibrate into another higher dimensional frequency. So it would be a vibrating, for instance, an animal like two-headed shark or something like that. So it would as in a computer that would have a virus, and then it would go ahead. So we can have the same thing happening where it's using our widened perception and it's anchoring itself and moving, forward. Now, these are just all, again, conjectures. Consider this as for entertainment purposes. But this to me seems like the most logical explanation about what's been going on. And certain people don't perceive it at all, which is fine. Other people like myself perceive pretty much all of it. And I think the people that perceive it are the ones with the Mandela effect can actually use our widened perception that travels through to create the reality changes itself. So like I said, like the angel had the key, and the key is widening people's perception itself, unlocking that door to the abyss. So the angel Abalon could, open that up. So now we have these changes that, transcend through our reality, that the end goal is, I can only conjecture the end goal could be that to create a beings in our reality to be like react. So it could be, it could be, I don't know. It could be anything. It could be I don't know. You can conjecture as well. If we have enough anchors, certain, anchors. I'm just making that all up as I'm talking. So if we had enough anchors within our reality, maybe could translate us to a different type of a different multiverse. Once we have those anchors for good purposes, hopefully, I'm not sure. But it seems to be that we would need, if you're translating our reality to a different, multiverses, as we travel through, it could be that, you need some kind of anchor to pull or to do this. Anyway, thinking about it. The what I've noticed is reality, the Mandela effects warping reality, of course, are the map changes, which are the big ones. I think that it could be that, there's a spirit that imbues itself into larger things as well, like geography. It could be that's a spirit, and that's, slightly changing. So we have different spirits that can imbue themselves in different things, maybe just not the words. Maybe the spirits are, traveling through and making themselves into our reality and inserting themselves in different ways. And we're just, perceiving things when they're really, spirits or vibrational frequencies imbued with the spirit quality. So when we see something, as in string theory, everything's a string, in string theory. So we see matter and we see it on one level, and then it's vibrating a different level, right, with harmonics. So the same way that you would see, something else in the reality, but then you perceive it and it's different. Anyway, just thought I'd put this out because I did see, again at the beginning, a Mandela effect change in front of me, and this led to a whole line of thought. So I kind of came up with this, but it makes the most logical sense. And wherever else I say from now on, this is the one I think is the basis that all thinking about the Mandela effect should be based on. I don't think thinking about multiverses is helpful. Um, and I think that this is that spirits coming in and changing these things like ghosts is really what's going on. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. Thanks so much. And I hope this helped you figure this out for yourself. All right. And I'm only thinking good things for everybody and being positive. So, as just to finish one thought, I don't believe that I'm a evil person or a negative person. I believe I'm always trying to be, positive. I think we're all sinners in a way, and we need to repent. So I think repentance is important, and I think that accepting Jesus as your Savior is really helpful. Really great thing for you to do personally, and I think that just because you perceive something and maybe your awareness is a carrier of it doesn't mean you're an evil person. I don't think that at all. I think good things can happen as well. If you perceive that Mandela Effect is evil, I know that good things has happened from perceiving as well. So you shouldn't judge me or someone else who perceives Mandela Effect saying, "Oh, that person's evil. That person's a bad person. That person's a good person." I think first of all, whoever is free from sin, throw the stone. Right. The second thing is that I think that this is something really important I wanted to share. I'm not scared to share it like other people would be scared. I wanted to share it to help you. So, and that's it. Anyway, like, subscribe in the comments, like, subscribe, share. Peace out. Bye-bye.